Well, SNAP funding ended Saturday, but it'll be back soon after a court ruling against the Trump administration. For now, though, there is a gap. So Fox 9's Corin Hoggard is live tonight at a Minnetonka food shelf. Of course, Corin, so many people were worried about this. Those charities around the state are now starting on two important dates on the calendar. Where are we talking about here?
Yes, Simone, the first one is Wednesday because that's now the deadline for the USDA to issue SNAP benefits for this month. But those are going to be partial. The Trump administration chose to only dip into the SNAP-specific contingency funds, and so it will not be a complete payment. It's just a partial one, about 5/8 of a month or something like that. That's kind of bad news for folks who are looking at the calendar, because at some point during the month, those benefits are going to dry up again. I also talked to children, youth, and families here in Minnesota. There's going to be some processing delays, so maybe another date on the calendar as well. They say, the government gets it out as fast as they can from the feds, then they process it as quickly as possible, but it won't be immediately on Wednesday in people's EBT cards. So to prepare for that, Second Harvest Heartland has already shipped out 31 pallets of emergency food boxes. They've also ordered 50 truckloads of extra food for the month of November. But, the food shelves like this one here are saying any kind of delay is kind of a big deal.
We know that we'll need more food and resources, that we'll have more people walking through our door needing our services. And we also are at this moment where we don't really know how long the government shutdown is going to last, how some of these changes are going to be impacting the people that we serve.
Yeah, Corin, it's definitely about the uncertainty at this point, of course, for all of us. So the USDA will use a $5 billion SNAP contingency, we know, part of this fund to keep the grocery assistance coming. But as you mentioned, that money will run out before the end of this month. So then the question is, what happens after that?
Yeah, that's to be determined, Simone. There is another larger contingency fund within the USDA, and one of the judges who ordered them to continue making SNAP payments said they could just choose to use that and make full November payments. They chose not to do that, at least for now. And so that means, Thanksgiving for 42 million Americans, 440,000 Minnesotans may actually depend on whether the government shutdown gets resolved. President Trump, of course, blaming Democrats for the shutdown. They want to resolve healthcare cost issue, try to drive those down. And Republicans, at least some of them, have agreed to work on that, but they don't want to do it until the shutdown is over. So if it doesn't end and the SNAP benefits run out, Thanksgiving may actually be determined by another court decision. It may have to go back there and fight to get those other contingency funds released.
A story we will, of course, continue to follow every step of the way. Thanks, Corin.